Hello everybody and welcome to the first part of my F1 Ultimate Career Mode, the series where I go through all the Codemasters games and play one season of Career Mode in each of them with the same team, starting all the way back in 2010 and going all the way to 2015. Now, 2010 seems quite a while away, so we're going to have a little preview as to what actually happened before then in 2009. And also a little preview, but I'll just let you know, this season was a classic. We had 5 drivers in contention for the Drivers' Championship, so let's see if the virtual world can generate something similar. Take it away, BBC and Jake Humphries.
2009. It came and went in a blur. Jensen's glorious season is a lot to live up to. Formula One has an uncanny knack of raising the bar, and expectations for 2010 are higher than ever for very good reasons.
I'm so excited because this could be an amazing season, and if it's not, we're doing something seriously wrong.
3 new teams joined Formula One.
Lotus, Virgin, and of course the Hispania team. This year there's no refuelling. Big difference. We haven't seen that since 1993.
Well, one of the big changes with the point system, you've got to go for the victory.
What I'm really excited about for this year is the fact we've got 4 world champions out there in the grid.
4 world champions on the grid.
All in top cars with a real chance of victory.
Alonso with Ferrari for the first time, double world champion.
He looks really hot out on track.
A lot of people's favourites.
I think it's a very interesting season. I'm looking forward.
Jensen Button, the reigning world champion, moves to McLaren. Big speculation in Britain, it's a huge source of excitement. A bold move into Lewis Hamilton's backyard.
And that's his team. He's been part of the DNA of that team for 10 years.
Button wants to show that he's a worthy world champion. He's the top grip.
This season could be one of the best seasons.
But the daddy of them all, Michael Schumacher, makes his return. 41 years old. Has he still got what it takes?
Can he deliver? Can he add an 8th world title?
Was it the right thing to do? Who knows? He thinks it's the right thing to do, and he could be right there in the mix to be the champion.
Top driver, so closer competition.
We mustn't forget Felipe Massa coming back from his accident in Hungary last year. Obviously got a point to prove. Mark Webber in at Red Bull. Sebastian Vettel, who almost won the title, came very close last season.
It looks very tight at the top. A tough fight. Only one can win.
New teams, new drivers, but in Formula One, some things always stay the same. Winning is everything.
What a season this is going to be.
I haven't been this excited since late 80s, early 90s when we had the sort of Mansells, Piquets, Prost, Sennas. It's just going to be a titanic battle for the championship.
This has everything. Mouth-watering stuff. I can't wait for it to start.
Welcome to Formula One. You must be looking forward to getting your first season underway. Could you please give us a few details for those watching at home? Could you please confirm your full name? And what do you prefer to be called? Being new to the majority of those watching, would you mind telling us where you're from? Thanks. So what kind of challenge are you looking for from the sport? And how many seasons are you expecting to commit yourself to? Okay, one last question. As there's been so much speculation, can you please confirm which team you'll be driving for next season?
So it's now the time for the team selection. Which team will I select for 6 seasons? Now, I didn't consider the newer teams because, well, 2 of them don't last the whole 6 seasons, and Virgin I don't think don't get any better from this point. I didn't pick Toro Rosso because it's the B team for Red Bull. It's a bit unrealistic to see them beating Red Bull on a consistent basis. It never happened. Although it did happen at the start of 2015, but you know what I mean. So it was down to these 3 options: BMW Sauber, Williams and Force India. Now, I didn't pick Williams because AetornoUK has already done Williams, is already doing the series with them, so I wanted to pick a different team. So it's between Force India and Sauber, and I decided because Force India is quite a neutral team, it's a midfield team, and it stays around there historically, and also it's one of my favourite teams, and I've always done a career mode when I've got a brand new F1 game with Force India, so we're going to go with them.
We look forward to seeing you on the grid in Bahrain.
Alright, this is actually the hub for where most of the game takes place, where you select whether you want to do a Grand Prix, a time trial, etc. It's quite an interesting thing because the background stuff actually changes depending on what race you're at in career mode. So this is just Grand Prix mode, so you just pick any team and any race and you can do whatever with that. There's time trial, which is very self-explanatory. Multiplayer, we're not interested in that. And then my F1 is all my settings, which I'll go through in the next part when I start my first race. Anyway, this is the important part, the career mode. Now, usually the agent talks to you because it's a welcoming thing, it's usually a tutorial, but because I've already played this game before, that doesn't happen. As you can see, this is all the teams, this is what the contracts looks like. So if you were playing consecutive seasons in this particular game, you get contract offers depending on how well you're doing, and then it gives you a little bit of a history of the drivers and the team, depending on which you're looking at. And this is the team that we're at. They're currently neutral with us because we haven't done anything. And that's our contract, $500,000 a year. We can't spend any of that, so I don't know what the point of that is. And this is the history for Force India. They started back in 2008. They got a lot more competitive back in 2009, where they scored their first ever points. And Sutil, this is a preview of what Agent Sutil was like, and then of course myself with absolutely no history whatsoever. So anyways, this is the other parts of the career. You've got the race where you go to that Sakir, which is the first race of the season in Bahrain, Drivers' Championship. Obviously everything's 0 because we haven't started yet. And then finally it's time to choose the helmet. Now in this game there wasn't that much choice when it came to helmet design. I mean, they essentially put in a bunch of flags covering helmets. You can see there USA, Spain, Poland, Japan. You have a Finnish flag? I don't understand that, considering one of the drivers in this game is Finnish. Anyways, I then decided between, it's either the Anthony Davidson helmet, which is Generation 6, or the blue helmet. So in the end I actually decided to go for the blue helmet because, oh, it's me, I'm not Anthony Davidson. So yeah, that's a bit of an intro for the Ultimate Career. So I'd like to get your guys' opinion as to what you want to see. Do you guys want to see qualifying, my best qualifying lap, and then the race? Or how do you want it? If I had to make a decision, I would probably cut out practicing qualifying and only just talk to you about it prior to the race in the garage, and then commentate on the race through the highlights packages and tell you what's happened during the race. And the race length is going to be 50%, so there's going to be hopefully plenty of highlights depending on how good or how bad the race goes. But yeah, if you've enjoyed the first part of the Ultimate Career, this is really an intro. If you're looking forward to the series, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next part where we take on our very first race at the Sakir circuit in Bahrain.